You just asked me if I'm ready to do this podcast. Let me explain something
Dude,
to you.
do you have your attitude again?
Well, I got an attitude.
That's why I wore this. That's why I wore this denim jacket to piss you off.
Now, how long did it take you to cut those sleeves off? Slam.
Bought it
burn,
like this.
Crushed. Bro, let me ask you a question. Well, no, not ask you a question. I just want to warn you that I have a lot of energy. My energy is coming back because I don't drink or eat dairy or sugar.
Everyone's well aware of that. That's well documented.
Yeah, but like, I'm on a diet. I was a little. My wife goes, "What's going on with you?" And I go, "What? I'm fine." She goes, "You're very irritable." And I go, "No, I'm not." She goes, "When you stop," she looked at me. She goes, "You've never done this before, but when you stop all sugar and dairy and all that stuff, things are going to happen to you."
Oh yeah, withdrawals.
And I called you. I texted you.
Yeah.
I was feeling very, very irritable.
From our last podcast?
No, it was just, I was feeling it that before that. In the morning, and I was like, what the fuck am I annoyed about?
It's real, man.
It's real, right?
Oh, yeah. Sugar, dairy.
Because I stopped cold turkey. I didn't do, and I've never, do you know what I realized is that I've always eaten healthy? I never went a day without no sugar. I always had something, right? Like chocolate or something or whatever it was. And then I never had gone a day without some dairy. I never had gone a day without, and rarely do I go to bed and not have a glass of wine or 2 glasses of wine.
Cold turkey.
Cold turkey. That was very interesting. It was like, You
think you're nicer now? Usually takes about 7 days.
No, I'm still
still prickly.
I'm still prickly. Like I still want to fight.
You still want to start a racist club with the Netflix guy?
Yeah, yeah. When you cut sugar, you get a little more racist. It's weird.
Or ambient, whichever one you want to use. Ambient
lack of sugar. You're going to get. There's going to be a week where you could ruin your entire career.
Science, bro.
It's just science.
Science, man.
Mascots are gay, and when you cut sugar and
science, man, you're
going to get a little bit racist.
How was last night at the
old comedy store? I mean, at the Improv.
Improv.
It was interesting because when I got up on stage, there were some of the best looking women I've ever seen in my life.
That's the Improv.
It was crazy.
Melrose.
Yeah, and great looking guys, like a bunch of young, beautiful. It was like the young casting couch. It was like actors, models, and just young athletic guys.
Oh wow, sounds like a good mating room.
In clumps. It was a mating room. It was a meat mash, and it was just. And they were all, and here comes the old guy. And I felt, but it was fun. I did my thing, but they were young, and when young people like that, they have their whole life ahead of them. Like they have dreams.
They're vibrant.
When you're good looking, Artie Lang used to say, I hope my children are dumb and good looking. Because if you're dumb and you're good looking, life is great because you don't overthink shit. You get laid, and the world opens up.
The world's your oyster.
That's right.
If you're ugly, you got to work.
If you're ugly, you got to develop other aspects of your life.
You have just been everything you've earned, man.
That's right.
You've never been handsome.
Correct.
Just kidding.
Well, you're fucked up. You're a good looking guy. You were Varsity Blues, but you have something else going on. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's good though.
Maybe I'm battling gayness.
Well, you have a lot of secrets for sure, but either way, it's important, and I'm glad.
I bought this denim jacket in Houston. Jay goes, don't wear that. Don't wear that on stage. I went, why? He goes, just please don't. I go, why? He goes, it's Texas, man. It's Texas. He goes, don't you realize you don't look like anyone else here? I'm like, I know, I never look like anyone else. He goes, in LA, you'd be fine. This is Houston. Please don't wear that with your own shoes. Please, and I was like, damn, you're serious? He goes, I'm serious.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, I won't.
You get away with it because you got the ears.
I get away with it in LA.
The
rest of the world,
you fight it though. It's all right. I mean, I know what you mean. But
yeah, rest of the world's pretty.
I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, sometimes I do it just to piss you off.
I know you got yellow socks, great shoes, but
you can't be mad at these Taft denims, little Taft denim boots.
They sprayed that denim jacket with some
whoever
pink.
wore it before me, painter, vibrant paint.
You guys can't see this, but there are little pink splashes of paint on
Oh,
his
no,
fucking
I know
dungaree.
what it's from. Dude, I appeared on an episode of Double Dare.
I don't know, Brennan.
You remember Double Dare?
Yeah, I do.
Old school.
I just feel like you bought it like that.
Bro. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's great. Congrats.
Thanks, bro. I had an audition yesterday, and I thought, would that type of character wear this? And then
I liked what you wore for the audition.
Pretty authentic, right?
Tell us about the audition.
Research.
Tell us a little. So Brennan had an audition. I can just give you broad strokes. You had to play
big movie,
a large a large Mexican gangbanger.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And
apparently they thought I was Hispanic.
as well, and they would be forgiven for it because you couldn't look more Hispanic.
And when I told them I wouldn't, they went, "Oh wow, okay."
You should have told them that.
No, I didn't. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
So you went and you did your audition. Did you do it several times?
3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
What were the directions? What did they say?
Well, I came in making them laugh, which when you're playing a badass can kind of.
Yeah.
But I came in and she was like, "This guy's funny."
Well, you're nervous, and so you're trying to.
But every room I go into,
Sure.
I never just walk in like, "Is it go time?" Like I always, I'm
That's
a people person.
That's a really tricky thing because I used to do that too. I'd come in and I would make them laugh, and then
it's a serious role.
I had a casting director said, when you're coming in for a role like this, she said, "Don't be a cheeky actor." And I went, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You come in and charm the room. It's not very helpful to you because we want to see the character."
Yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck. So like, when you see,
but this is my thing. Like, I only know how to do that.
Yes,
like,
me too.
Be myself.
Yes.
So if you go, "Don't do that,"
Now you're
don't
tight.
get me wrong. I want the role. It's not life or death.
and also you're
Like
tight
if
when
you're
you
like,
go in there. Yeah.
"God, I don't like that kid because for whatever reason this or that," then I'm just not the guy.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna shut me down for that, but I get what you're saying. Like
Well,
I left. and I
what
was
they'll
like,
tell you, what an
but I told him too. I went. So I did all that. I had the 3 of them laughing or whatever.
Yeah.
And I went, "All right, let me get serious.
Yeah.
Let me play this serious cartel member now."
Yeah. So what I would do, I used to do that all the time. It's very common.
Yeah.
Now what I do is I go like this. I go, "How you doing?" I go, "Cool." And I go, so real quick, I just want one question about this guy. Now is he, and I would ask the question like the character. Like I'll kind of ask them a question and so
To set the
immediately
pace.
just to get myself relaxed
Yeah, that
and to
makes
make
sense.
a connection.
Yeah.
But I no longer joke and
Yeah.
start that and let me play this guy. I
Yep.
just go,
I
come in.
also had a note too because there's this scene that I'm doing super intense and he's getting kind of bullied, and I've had that happen in Brazil, the exact same situation, because they wanted me to react this. I go, "I wouldn't react," and they go, "Pretty sure." I went, "No, I'm telling you, I've been there. I wouldn't react." It's like and I used your reference. I went, "There's like a line in the room. I'm not going to move. I don't move. I'm frozen. I'm not going to do shit." Also, if he's that small, he's not pushing me back. I went, you guys want to try to push me back? Try as hard as you can with your finger. Push me in the chest. See what happens. I'm not going to move. Try it. And they're like, "That makes sense."
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I went, I've been in that situation. So this is real life. This is how you'd act. I said, "I'm sure you've had guys come in here and they're like all over the place." No. As big as I am, try pushing me. See what happens. He doesn't move. And scene.
Good for you. I love that.
Yeah.
That I'm already intrigued.
Oh, I don't know how else to fake that.
Well, I'm already intrigued with that.
Yeah.
Because don't get it twisted, you're still a gangster and you're still tough.
Correct. He's still a big, tough dude
Yeah.
of smaller guys doing that to him. He's not going to, and he's still around, tough guys in the room. He's not going to bow down to that.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah. That's interesting. I love that.
That was my take on it.
I love that. That Morgan Freeman, they say, did that when he had to play a pimp. And he came up and they wanted him to be really menacing. And all I did was he came up to the casting director and he just moved her hair out of her eyes. He casually just moved her hair out of her eyes. And he said, "Yeah, you're going to do that though, huh?" And the fucking the producer goes, "Have you done this before? Were you a pimp?"
Yeah.
And he got the part.
That's hilarious.
Sometimes it's doing those little tiny things, right? It's like my acting teacher, Jeffrey Tambor, said that. He goes, the scariest thing was when I was at a diner and I asked the guy what he did. If you're playing a psycho, this guy was like, hey, and he's like, Jesus, hey, can we stop the scene? Oh, geez, I don't know what you're doing. Guys, hey, he's all sweaty. He's like, hey, he's like, what are you playing? He goes, well, he's crazy. He goes, crazy.
Crazy.
That's not scary.
No.
Because I see it. He goes, I'll tell you, it's scary. He was in New York and at a diner and he sees the guy and he goes, what do you do? And Jeffrey goes, I'm an actor. And he goes, oh, great, man. I've always wanted to be an actor. That's awesome. He goes, yeah. He goes, what do you do? He goes, I'm not doing anything right now, but I plan on killing the president. So,
but very
dead serious. Tambor was like, all right.
Like I plan on going to grab a sub down the street or
Yeah.
something. Plan on killing the president. Anyways, how are you doing?
Jordan Peterson, in his book, said when he deals with paranoid schizophrenics are not dumb, and they are, and they're also, but they also feel slighted. Like they're
upset.
and they will get you, like in their mind, they're going to get you back. So if you're at the DMV and you're an asshole, they become your worst nightmare.
Jesus Christ.
But they're rational in their own mind. So when he talks to a paranoid schizophrenic, he never lies to them. He never lies. He's very honest with them.
Because if they feel slighted, they're coming after him.
Well, also, like, they know the difference between the truth. And he'll say, you're speaking like this. The guy goes, like, I'm going to go in there and kill all of them or whatever. He goes, you're really scaring me. This is scary. And I'm going to be honest with you.
Because they don't realize how scary it is.
Well, also, he goes, this is not going to work out for you.
No.
This is not a good plan. And I hear what you're saying. And obviously, you're somebody who means what they say.
Jesus.
But so even dealing with somebody who would be a paranoid schizophrenic, who somebody would label crazy or whatever, you can't lie to them. You still have to tell. You have to tell them to
be upfront.
Talk. Yeah,
dude. Speaking of crazy fucks, how about on my way to downtown today at my studio? There's the worst traffic I've ever seen. I'm like, what the? I'm never late. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And the 5 was shut down. And I look over and there's 30 cop cars underneath the bridge and these huge balloon like pads because someone's going to jump off and commit suicide.
Yep.
I mean, they said it was a protester though who's threatening he was protesting but then also threatening suicide. So they literally just shut the whole 5 down. I was like, oh my God.
Jesus.
And I didn't want my team. I was 3 minutes late. Even with that, I was 3 minutes late. I've never been late and I was so disappointed. I go, I'm telling you, there's something's going on with the 5. There's a SWAT team. I don't know what the fuck's going on. They blew up the bridge, or maybe they're filming Expendables 19 and they shut the 5 down. But something's going on. Go look. And they turn on the news, and sure enough.
First time I did Boston, I was really late to my show because of that. It's like poor guy was up on the thing, and they had to shut down, and we were waiting.
Protesters block frame on 5.
I'm not sure what year this is.
Yeah,
though.
man.
That's San Diego, sir. That'd be the San Diego.
Well, we got now that ruling that Trump said people from predominantly Muslim countries and Venezuela and North Korea, which is how they got around it. So they had to. They were like,
they upheld the ban, right?
Yeah, because they added those 2 countries. That was sneaky. So if you're from North Korea or Venezuela, you're not allowed to come as well, and those are not predominantly Muslim. So we get around that ban. So the Supreme Court was like, you can't say it's a bigoted, even though they knew.
Dude, how about, do you know that I referenced that show before, Hunting ISIS, on here, where those guys who are out of the military go back to Syria and Iraq and all over to fight with the Kurds, even though they're not American fighters, so they fight with the Kurds, right? So
Peshmerga.
Yeah. So with the Kurds, they're fighting. The one dude on there from Arvada, a young kid, this last episode died. And I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it. Yeah, he like stepped on IED on accident and blew the fuck up.
That's called a war zone.
Yeah.
That's called a war zone.
They come in after though, like a lot of them, the official military goes in, does their work, and then those guys come in after to like look for ISIS where they're at or for a reason.
When I was in Afghanistan,
but all those guys who are doing it, they're crazy. So the one main guy who has the most experience, and he actually trains the Kurds to help them with their tactics and shooting. He left. He went back home, found out the kid died, and they're at home. They're just drinking and doing, like, they have nothing to do. They're like, I have no reason to be in America. Like, it sucks for me, man. So they all go back. They all go right back because they have no cause.
I know, and also you get addicted to that kind of thing. When I was there in Afghanistan, I remember seeing, I was in the hospital, and I saw 2 kids, and I won't go into what it was, but I just kind of was like, and then you see other people, and it's so real, man. It's so fucking real, that stuff.
Oh, when those guys talk,
like,
when those guys talk and they go, why are you here doing this? You're not getting paid for it. And he goes, because I've seen what ISIS does to people, babies, children, women. I see what they do, and it's the worst things you can imagine.
I believe it.
And they go, and these guys go, I won't stand for it. So I'm over here to do something.
They're badasses.
Yeah,
man.
and you get it, and you're like, fuck, man.
I get it. So they go over there. I got to watch this. They go over there. And they say to the Peshmerga, I want to fight with you guys.
Yes, and then they have to be smuggled in. Otherwise, they're fucked. They still have to be smuggled in somehow.
So does the State Department not allow them to go in as independent contractors?
Yeah, they have to be smuggled in.
Wow.
And then if they get caught, they get arrested or they get killed. But also, these guys are talking about all the foreigners, whether it's Sweden, Germany,
so these aren't just Americans.
No, there's some Swedish guys, but they follow most of the Americans. One Swedish guy. The Americans go, there's been guys come over here and they get caught by ISIS, and it's the worst thing that could happen to you. Like, you get caught. He goes, everyone's told if you get caught just to try and kill yourself before they get to you.
My buddy, I told you, my buddy who was up in that area, he would carry, so what kind of weapons do you carry? And then the last thing he told me was, and then I carry just a pistol in case. I go, what do you mean in case? He goes, well, I mean, you cannot get captured by.
No, you
cannot get captured by the ISIS.
And they show some of it on there.
Shoot yourself.
They show a lot, more than you would think, especially for a Viceland show. Well, it's on national TV. Like they show some of the stuff when they catch Americans. I mean, it's so fucking intense. Yeah, like them in cages and they light on fire, or it shows 4 Americans hanging and then they set the ground on fire beneath them so they roast. It's like the worst shit you can think of.
Yeah, human beings have always figured out ways
I'll
to
tell you what was
destroy each
interesting
other
when I was hanging out
ways.
with my boys in Texas, who are all former special forces, literally the creme de la creme.
Yeah,
when it comes
you
to
got
military.
Delta guys, SEAL Team 6 guys.
They said, I asked them, I go, where you at on Trump, man? Like, where you guys feeling? Which is a great conversation starter. But I said, where you at on that? And they go, we don't want to get into specifics when it comes to Trump and politics. That's whatever they go. But what we will say is, before when Obama was there, he never released the hounds on ISIS. So they were staying around. He goes, when Trump came in, he didn't give a fuck and he released the hounds. And he goes, we dismantled them within 2 months.
Wow.
And I said, but did Obama do that? Because you would kill a lot of innocent people. And he goes, he just went. And he goes, but Trump had zero. He goes, we got to get rid of him by any means necessary. Yeah. And he goes, and then they released the hounds and we took care of it.
They call it let slip the dogs of war. Let slip the hounds of war. I think it's let slip the hounds of hell. The two that so Circe's, what is the dog, the 3-headed hound that guards the gates to hell? but
devil dogs.
But the Shakespearean, so much of what we talk about comes from Shakespeare, which is Cerberus. The 3-headed dog, but so much of the Hound of Hades, but so much of it is from Shakespeare. Let slip the dogs of war, and when after 9/11, they asked Senator McCain, "What do we do?" and he said, "Let slip the dogs of war."
And he goes, when Trump came in,
when you do that, when you let the military do what they're supposed to do,
go get them, boys. And when you hear those guys, I get chills talking about when you hear them talking about it, you're like, fuck, we are such badasses.
Well, yeah.
There's none better in the world.
No.
But when you I felt so American out there.
Yeah, when you let
I felt like I wish I had a bubble butt. I felt like grabbing one. I'm like, damn.
It's been that way for a long. When you let the might of the American military machine work the way it wants.
We gotta have the Drinking Bros on this podcast, because one of them, it was in charge of all communications and breaking it down the way it works.
Yeah.
And when he goes, so we take the ports and he starts telling, and then bringing the special forces.
Yeah.
And when he started breaking down
organization.
I was like, oh, fuck. He goes, yeah. And then this is what we do next. And then we bring in these Navy SEALs. Then we bring in these Marines. And we bring in this Army, these Rangers. And they're breaking all down. He goes, and then the air control. I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're not.
And he goes, Trump released the hound.
You're not doing shit with your AK-47 and your ideology. It's not happening.
Those guys are fucking insane.
No.
I feel like such a goddamn.
The larger question for the military and for our foreign policy is to what extent does killing and annihilating the enemy totally? To what extent does that create a bigger problem? So, that would be the other issue.
They went on to say how, they think Europe's going to be a real problem with all the Syrians, the refugees.
Well, you want to win the war of ideas too, and you want to win hearts and minds, so that the idea ISIS doesn't become an idea that gets into people's heads.
But that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the lone shooters and the lone extremists. He goes,
but there's a way to win that war too.
That's been around before this.
Yeah, there's a way to win that war too, though, because I think in World War II, think about this. World War II, and people talk about this all the time. There was the concept of total annihilation of the enemy. I mean, the number of people we killed in Tokyo in an 8-day period, the number of people, of course, we killed in Hiroshima and Nagasaki with the 2 bombs, the number of people we killed in Dresden looked like the surface of the moon. So did many parts of Germany. And so we absolutely won. Russia lost the most lives.
People don't know this. Russia lost the most
so
lives.
badly. They suffered 20 million
They lost more than anyone.
Yeah.
But no one ever brings it up.
And then a lot more after that under Stalin and with the Red Purge. But Russia suffered so horrifically, it's beyond imagination. But yeah, you're right. But I do think that there's a difference in that there was total annihilation of the enemy, but we rebuilt Europe under the Marshall Plan. We rebuilt, for the most part, Japan. the aggressors in the war. But I think people realize that we were on the side of, we were on the side of democracy and we were against fascism, etc. So there was a lot of that too. So it's a question of are you morally consistent and what are you leaving behind when you do this and all that stuff. It's really complicated, man.
Oh my God,
it's really complicated. We just have to be careful that we're a country that's great not just because we have incredible lethality with the biggest guns. We're a great country also because we're a beacon of hope and an example. And that's why I worry about this Muslim ban and all this stuff with Trump. I worry that we're getting away. Yeah. But anyway,
I'll tell you what, I'm excited.
You're right. Don't fuck around. Don't fuck around. It's exactly what my favorite quote from World War II when they attacked Pearl Harbor and the fucking I think it was General Togo, someone who had been the one to, or it wasn't him, it was the guy who led the squadron, and they said, is the mission accomplished? And he said, yes, but he had studied in in Detroit, and he said, yes, but you have awoken a sleeping giant, and now you are in trouble. And that's what happened.
America.
Correct.
Yeah, moving on. How about, you remember that movie Sicario? Part 2 comes out.
I can't wait.
I think Thursday.
That looks
Friday.
Badass.
I haven't been to a movie. For me to go to a movie is a beast. Obviously with Tiger and stuff like that. So I'm going Friday night.
Again, fucking I got an idea. Make it all legal. Make it all legal and see what happens to the crime. There's a lot of money in fighting crime, though. There's a lot of money in fighting crime.
Did you see Sicario 1, Chin?
No.
The posters they're doing, whoever came up with that concept
is so
unbelievable, right?
So badass.
That one and have you seen the billboards around LA?
With the skull, right?
Far right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good. This is such a good poster.
I mean, if I was a cartel member, I would get that tattoo on my back.
No shit, man.
That's a dope. I'd get that tattoo, all-American flag. That'd be sick. My son can get that tattoo.
Man, that's an amazing.
I might put it on him.
Don't do it, bro.
How about this morning I woke up and it was a goddamn fucking fiesta, the Schaub household, because Mexico played in the World Cup and they had to tie or get a score a goal, and depending on what happened with Germany and South Korea for them to advance. So they ended up losing, but they scored a goal and Germany got their ass whipped by Korea. 2-0.
2-0.
Mexico moves on. Of course,
they were holding. He was showing me a video.
Of course, they pull Brazil next. Enjoy that.
Well, they showed me a picture of.
It's in the current events where
all these Mexicans who grabbed this Korean off the street and they were holding him up.
They're going crazy.
Because Korea won, so now Mexico has another shot because they lost to Sweden. Yeah.
Dude, Mexicans and soccer, my household.
Wait, Mexico's going to play Brazil next?
They moved on. They're playing Brazil.
How good is Brazil's team, though?
Excuse me?
Probably,
some say the best ever assembled.
Is that true?
Yes.
This year?
Yes.
Okay.
They're the highest, most likely to win now.
Really?
It was them and Germany, but now Brazil.
Can you imagine if they beat Brazil?
Dude, Mexican, it's gonna be an earthquake.
I'm rooting. I'm rooting hard for Mexico.
They felt a small earthquake when Mexico scored. Did you know that in Mexico City?
No.
Yeah, it's the same ratings as an earthquake.
I want to see some Mexican fans after they scored.
Nothing better, Chindo. It's on Barstool. I think it's on their Instagram of when England they're in a pub. I'm gonna post this because England plays tomorrow. That's my fucking squad, and hopefully
I'm rooting for Mexico. Mexico's my team.
No, well,
I know.
But if you go to Barstool, there's a picture of them in a pub, and obviously England beat the fuck out of the last team 6-1, I think. Keep going, but it shows these dudes in a pub, and it is insane.
Yeah, the British fans.
The
British fans stampede.
Keep going. There it is, far left. Yeah, watch this. So it says England goal celebrations are another level. Hit that. Is there volume?
Yeah.
Get ready.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. How great does that look?
Jesus Christ.
Listen to the music. That's just a random pub in England. They're not.
Can't. They are fucking. They say the British come alive in war and in football. You know that? That's a saying. The Brits come alive when it comes to war and football.
How great is that?
Look at that shit. Right now, go in there with like a different jersey from another country. See what happens.
Go in there wearing a Germany jersey.
You can get punched in the face so easily right there.
How great is that, though? Makes you want to go.
Oh yeah.
I got my England jersey.
But Mexico, I'm sure, is the same shit.
Oh, Mexico goes.
They go fucking crazy. I'm rooting for. I want to see it. I'd love to see them.
I just want to see them go far. My God,
if they win, I'll freak out.
Brazil's gonna be a dude.
If they win, I'm getting the Mexican flag tattooed to my fucking back.
It, bro. I got my English jersey coming in, number 9, Kane.
You do?
I gotta get Tiger jerseys because I came down this morning, and the whole family, they don't get me a Mexico jersey. The whole family's in green, and her brother's there. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And I look at Tiger, and he has this little jersey on, cute as fuck. But I'm like, I need to get him an English jersey. Gotta get an English.
What's he taking? Extra large in men's?
Double X.
Yeah,
double X, sir.
It's gonna be
kids double X.
It's gonna be a house.
He likes it though.
Wrists are thicker than mine.
You know what? We're signing up for soccer. He starts playing soccer in September.
That's awesome.
Awesome. That's really good.
I guess.
Football, not for a long time.
I'd let him play football. Yeah. If he has a gift for it, I'd let him play. Did you see that Washington State quarterback?
No.
I retweeted this. The kid, he committed suicide. They checked his brain. Yes. He had the brain of a 65-year-old.
That's what I heard. And that's what I was going to ask you about. I have to say that the more evidence that comes out.
But that's the exception, isn't it?
He's a quarterback. He's not even a fucking defensive tackle.
Up. You know, he's probably taking a lot. I don't know what his high school playing days were like. I have no idea. You can bring that up, Chin, so people can see it.
Washington State, you said?
Washington State quarterback commits suicide.
What a bummer.
I see, but I don't know what his earlier playing days. Did he run an option high school? Was he running the option offense? What was he doing? Because if he was just a drop back quarterback, do you have the shittiest offense line of all time? But this is a guy also I'm defending football here, but I really think a lot of the CT stuff and in fighting too, but a lot of it's that you're the exception when you see these horrible things. I think there's a lot of problems with it. But there's a lot more guys.
The exception?
I think there's a lot more guys walking around who are fine. I bet if you looked at the numbers, now they might have knee problems, neck problems.
I think the numbers kind of bear you out, and the reason I say that is because I think that you're right because overall, see, it is true. It is true the CT is a real thing. It is true the CT affects a lot of football players, but there are a shitload of retired football players who are walking around and they are fine. A lot of them.
And a lot of them are.
Or if they're not fine, they're not showing signs.
But also, and a lot of them are freaking killing it. I mean, Michael Strahan, if there's an excuse for CT.
So Bo Camp.
Michael Strahan. Or how about Frank Gifford? How long did he do Monday Night Football at a very high level?
Correct.
Phil Simms.
Correct.
Troy Aikman.
Yes.
Some of the worst concussions you've ever seen.
Correct. And
Jerry Rice is pretty fucking sharp. Deion Sanders. Michael Irvin's one of the most smart, articulate men you will ever meet.
100%.
It's just there's a lot.
It varies, doesn't it?
Go to the actual article.
So I talked to Bo Camp. Bo Cammon played on Miami for 10 years, defensive end, and played forever. And I said, "Do you find any? He's 65. He's got 50 restaurants. He's killing it, and very smart.
Which one's Outback? Some shit.
Yeah,
a lot of them get it Outback.
And he goes,
delicious steak.
What is do you feel anything? He goes, I don't. He said. I said, what about your friends? He goes, honestly, all my friends are fine. I don't. We haven't had any. So you're right. I think it affects various. It depends on who you are.
So it says his parents joined today this morning. Hinkle's father said medical examiners told him Tyler had the brain of a 65-year-old, which is really hard to take. And then they asked, did football kill Tyler? And he says, I don't think so. His mother told Sports Illustrated. Did he get CT from football? Probably. Was that the only thing that contributed to his death? I don't know.
Look, we know that suicide affects people, a lot of people who never played football, right? So you can't blame it on football.
But see, I think this kid, and I think this happens a lot with celebrities and a horror, like, you know, when people go, Kate Spade had horrible depression. Let's say she's not, but let's say, and she also had a drinking problem.
Right.
Well, I don't think she has a drinking problem because she had horrible depression. They might go hand in hand, but she had the reason she committed suicide was not because she was an alcoholic. It's because of her mental illness, which she's had since she was a kid.
Or maybe she was drinking alcohol because she didn't feel
the void.
Sober. Right?
Correct. So she's trying to fill a void, but the root of the problems are mental illness.
Right. You and I
with this kid, it says people need to keep his mom says people need to keep talking about suicide, mental illness, and mental health. We need to erase the stigma. There's not enough out there. These beautiful athletes that give themselves to their colleges, but their minds aren't taken care of.
Look, it's a mystery, isn't it? Isn't it a mystery? We still don't know fully, but we know that maybe in some cases this does play a role. Maybe CTE. I
think this was the perfect storm. I think he had a mental illness where he had bad depression. Yeah. He was hitting the head a lot. Yeah. Maybe that tipped him right over to then you get suicide. But
we also know,
I think that kid would have been depressed whether he's playing football or not.
Mark Gordon, who was on Rogan's podcast, who deals with helps a lot of soldiers with their depression. a lot of times it is true medically that apparently if you get brain trauma, your testosterone and your sex hormones
for sure.
will go completely haywire.
Correct.
Your hormones will drop, your testosterone drops and all that stuff. And that can have an effect.
It can add to it.
We also know, so a lot of that stuff can be the fact.
It's a real bummer though, man, when you see that shit.
Yeah, but I do think it's interesting that you say that about like there are a lot of football. We know that there are a lot of football
If you take
players.
the overall numbers of football players that are still alive today and are doing just fine and they're contributing to society,
Look at you.
I'd say the odds are the numbers are with that
Look
more
at you.
than
Look
CT.
at you. How long did you play football? How long did you fight for?
I played football since I was 4, and then I fought after that for 7 years.
Took your share of punches to the face.
Sure, the fuck did. Well documented.
Yeah. So now you're not. You think you're looking at me right now. You're looking over here, but still.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, but you'll be all right.
Wait, where am I?
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Why am I dressed like this?
Whose
dick did I suck?
That's a question.
Whose dick did I suck?
Ah, shit. It's the CTE. Well, don't make that noise when you do it. That's rude.
Are you out tonight? I'm at the Comedy Store and Improv.
I'm not.
You're not?
I could come out, though.
Taking it loose?
Spend some time. Been really enjoying my kids.
Dude, I felt so bad. I was supposed to do Josh Wolf's show last night. Is this new show, and he had Puma send me some special sneakers, and they had this shirt, this David Bowie shirt, because like sponsor show depend on the guest. But then my audition got pushed back by an hour till 5:30, and then his show you got to be at 6:30, and it's in fucking by the Kodak Theater, which is hey Josh, but get closer.
Too far.
In the middle of rush hour, I was like, dude, I just looked at this. I wouldn't get there for another 2 hours.
No.
I felt so bad, man. And now show's off the air, goddamn. Just kidding.
What's the show?
I forget, but he's killing it, man.
I love Josh.
Yeah, he's the best.
What a bummer about Tyler Helinski. What a fucking tragedy for his family.
That is there it is.
The Josh Wolf show?
He had the Josh Wolf show, which was on CMT, but this is he does on Facebook.
Oh.
He's had some big guests on.
Good.
His podcast is good too. If you go to his Instagram, I'm sure it's on there.
His Instagram?
I'm sure you can find it on here too, Jen.
Okay.
Any social media platform.
Are the next fights, are the next big fights Stipe and
Yeah, we'll break down next week as it gets closer.
It's just normal with Josh Wolf.
normal?
That's what he's calling the show, normal?
Yeah. I mean,
I
keep
gotta
going down.
go. I gotta go
Today?
shopping.
Fairly normal. That's
Yeah, I
gotta be
think
it, right?
that. That's. Yeah, I'm not sure, Chin. His only show, man. I would go to just his
It's got to be it.
Nashville. Nope, that's not it.
Michael
No.
Kudlitz.
Just go to his regular Facebook and you scroll down. You'll see the show that he posted, Chin.
I was there.
Doesn't matter though.
Here.
Yeah, and it's over. You missed the hype
I don't
train.
care.
It's over. Me neither. I'm over it.
It's not there.
I
See?
promise you it's over.
See?
Keep going down.
Yeah.
Keep going down. You'll see a post his show of him, a bunch of people on the couch. There. Keep going.
Go on.
There you go. There it is. Last night's episode of Chaos with Josh.
Chaos with Josh.
Might be the best one yet. There you go. There you fucking go.
Brad Williams.
Jeremiah.
Oh, there's Kevin.
Jeremiah Watkins.
Kevin, our boy Kevin.
Who? It's definitely not him, Brian.
Yeah, that's Kevin.
Kevin. You talking about the guy who created fucking...
Yeah,
That's not him.
yeah, it is.
No, that's racist.
That's not Kevin.
No,
What's his last name? Kevin Smith.
no, definitely not.
Smith.
That's not Kevin Smith. Hold please.
That's not Kevin Smith.
Have you seen Kevin Smith lately?
Oh no, sorry. That's,
Yep.
that's Clay Matthews. He dyed his hair. Kevin's lost a lot of weight. Kevin Smith.
Fucking right, he did. He had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Now he's vegan, and
Well,
that'll do it to you.
that'll do it. To you.
Maybe you need a little more scare. Like the light's trying to give you a little heads up.
I'm the red spotted leopard, dude.
You're the red owl. You're the big red gay owl.
I'm the spotted owl. I'm the red spot. I'm red spots.
You're a 51-year-old
I need a
man
nickname
with
for
gay.
my psoriasis. I'm the spotted red. I'm red spots. What has red spots in the wild? Oh, ladybugs have black spots.
Ooh, you're a ladybug.
Reverse. No. I got to be I'd like the spotted leopard. Something like the red leopard.
No, that sounds too cool.
What has red spots?
Red spots?
What common animal has
Besides
red spots?
Yo, dick. Red spots? I don't know, man. A red spotted animal? I'm sure there's some fish out
Some
there.
species of black widow
fish.
spider, Springer Spaniel dogs can have large
Spotted
red spots.
newt.
Some tarantulas.
You want to be a newt?
Tarantulas
What
have.
about a newt? How about you, the big gay newt?
What is that? What do you mean?
They're lizards. They're like wet lizards.
Oh, yeah.
I used to have a newt.
There's a fucking. You're right. You said frogs.
Yeah.
That's one of those poisonous frogs.
Poisonous tree frog.
I'm a Panama frog.
Yeah, the Panama frog.
I'm a man frog.
The man frog.
I'm the man frog
Panama
from
man
Panama.
frog.
Man frog from Panama. Yeah, you ladies like a 51-year-old with 2 kids, a wife, and red spots on his body.
Get it.
They call me the psoriasis kid.
That's a weird looking ladybug.
It's reversed.
I'll tell you what you don't do. My son goes to this summer camp place, and they have a whole thing where kids can stick their hands in with the ladybugs, and ladybugs cover their hands. Well, they're 2. And what they do is when you do that, go, ah! When they brought it out, I went, ugh, I feel like that's a bad idea with these kids because it's going to tickle my son's hand, and those big old mitts that he has probably going to shut pretty tight and hard. And they went, no, most kids they're real gentle there. I'm like, I don't think so. Some little boy goes, ah, knocks them off, like all of them fall out.
my God.
And I'm like, this isn't going to be good, man. My son's like, ah.
Did I tell you about the guy who I knew? You ever like you're friends with somebody and you go, they do something and you go, oh, you're a closet serial killer.
You look at him different.
Guy in college, we were 18, and there was a hamster cage, and the hamster had babies, and there were all these little pink babies, and the guy, God, this is so fucking. You get these
killed
memories.
the baby?
He goes. I had the sink was dirty, and there was one of those zzz, like that, and he goes, put one of the babies in there, please, please. He was laughing, going, please. He was doing it really loud.
Oh my God.
I go, no. He goes, please, please. I swear to God. And I was like,
when you left,
it was before
he
I
killed
knew,
all of them.
but it was before but I didn't, I thought he was just being weird and funny. And now as I think back on it, I was like, as you learn more, as you get older, you go, well, you were a serial killer.
That guy was fucked up.
Yeah, you wanted to feed a little baby hamster into a fucking, we were
blender.
18. I
Basically a
remember going,
blender.
come on, dude. Come on.
Chin, you've never had any diseases or anything?
Diseases?
Any viral?
Besides
you ever had
your
an
addiction to
STD?
kratom and coke.
Besides the addiction to kratom.
You ever had an STD?
No.
He's not going to admit it.
He
He's
doesn't
not
admit
Brian
shit.
Callen.
I would admit
He's a
that,
private
though.
man.
I'm pretty honest about stuff.
No,
so.
you're not.
I
You have no
tell
idea
you
what
guys
you do on
behind
the
my
weekend.
eyes. You guys know when I'm saying
I
yes
know.
or no.
No, I
So,
know. Well, we all trust each other.
Do you have plans on the 4th, Jen?
yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, my friend Jeanette usually has a huge 4th of July party with
There's the difference in you and I.
illegal
I don't have
fireworks.
any friends named Jeanette. I don't have any real friends I call girls, unless because they're married to my friends. So then they're my friends. But really, my friends.
even
my
then.
friends.
She's married to my
Even
friend.
then.
too.
Yeah.
Or will there be fireworks?
Illegal fireworks. Like
Illegal?
crazy, yeah. Every year.
Dude, this
Somebody's
is
gonna
I don't want, I'm
lose
not
a
even
finger.
trying to be racist. Asians have the best fireworks
Yeah.
by far. 'Cause
You
you
know-
guys make them
Do you know why?
because they make them and smuggle them in.
Do you know where gunpowder was
Yeah,
invented?
there's no restrictions either out there.
Do you know
Like
where,
all the Disneyland fireworks, Asian,
Do you know where gunpowder was invented?
China.
That's right.
Any
Do
other
you know-
fucking
do you
stupid
know
ones?
who took it and then put it and said, let's put this behind a ball of metal?
The English.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's shoot that at somebody's face. And guns were born.
Yep.
And then you could kill at a distance. And that's why the samurai,
Fucked.
when we have they were like, you know
Yeah,
what?
bitch,
I know
we've
you
all
guys
seen
are good
Last
with swords
Samurai.
and bows and arrows, but I'm going to shoot you with these guns.
Yeah, dude,
And that was
Tom
the end
Cruise
of that.
educated all of us on
Oh,
this.
that's right. And do you know what what did make, remember when people were wearing, come on, hold on, this is important. Knighthood. Remember when people were wearing they were wearing like armor,
The knights.
and you had to learn how to fight in armor, and you had to be big and strong
javelin.
and shit like that. So you were covered in metal and you fought. Guess what turned that into a fucking coffin right quick? And it wasn't guns. What invention rendered knighthood obsolete overnight? made a mockery of it. No matter how strong that metal was. What was like, oh yeah? And what became, so that metal was your biggest friend?
Fire?
Nope. And then it turned into your biggest liability because you were slow and you were just sitting there.
Horses.
The crossbow. The invention of the crossbow. Speaking of horses, what was the biggest advantage in warfare when it came to horse gear?
Saddle.
Yeah, saddle.
Close.
I was going to say saddle.
Close. The stirrups, because you could sit up on your saddle and steady yourself and shoot a bow. Yeah. Little details like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The shape of European
Chin,
history.
can you give me some fire? Will you shut the fuck up for a second? Chin, will you get some firecrackers?
If you guys want some.
No, you're not going to.
Where do you get them?
They make me nervous.
Can't really tell.
But you can't get them? Firecrackers make you nervous? What are you, the biggest pussy in the world? Firecrackers?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Oh, I love
The
it.
crazy
huge
ones. They're like Disneyland. They shoot up in the air and like blow
But
up.
my
and-
dogs freak out, so I got to.
That's what I don't like either.
Didn't you say your dog's dying?
No, they freak. Oh, no, he was. Oh, this is great. This is fucking. This vet is a genius. So my dog gets his balls nipped because he's been trying to fight large dogs and getting the shit kicked out
Is
of
this
him.
the corgi?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
he thinks
boy.
he's the baddest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
So
Corgi, though.
my buddy Ryan, who trains dogs, is awesome. He said, listen, your dog's awesome, but he's a problem because he's trying to fight my police dogs. So long story short,
testosterone.
and I love this dog. So I fucking, he's running and he's got a cone because he got his balls snipped. He's got crazy energy. And one day he goes, the cone got in the way and he kind of he stepped on it and he cried. And then I was like, oh, fuck. So I took the cone off. Anyway, next day, this motherfucker is down. I mean, down. And then the next day, he's down. Next day, he's down. 3-4 days later, I'm like, this guy's not getting up. He's just
You
a
gave it
fucking
4
mess.
days, huh?
Well, he was eating.
I know, but
he
you
was
gave
eating
it
and peeing.
4 days?
Well, I kept expecting him to get better because he's such a spirit.
Yeah.
I take him to the doctor, goes, something's wrong. I get him to the doctor. The doctor checks him, checks his lymph nodes, listens to his heart, and he just looks at me and he goes,
let me guess.
I
He
go-
goes, Brian's a corgi. Let's put him down.
no, close. He goes, he checks under his stomach. And my dog goes, oh, like that. And he goes, and watch. He touches his stomach. He goes, oh, I think he pulled his back. And I go, excuse me? He goes, pull his back. I go, yeah, but you're touching his stomach. He goes, yeah, stomach is not the one. The muscles come down. So when I touch, the back expands. And he goes up and he goes, and touches one area of the back. My dog goes, oh, like that. He goes, yeah. Pulled his back. Freak accident. I go, I remember it because he stepped on the cone.
Oh, and that's when
pulled his head down and he screamed.
Does he get?
Yeah.
Nothing bad.
So my
worse than a
dog's
bad
got
back
a bad
problem.
back. So the guy goes, look, I'm going to give you some muscle relaxers. And sure enough,
Did it help?
one day of muscle relaxers, my dog's like,
He's good.
yeehaw! Fucking that vet
I didn't know
was
corgis
great.
could blow their backs out.
I didn't either. He said a lot of long dogs can do that. Like you'd never
Those
think.
and wiener dogs have back problems.
Yeah. Now, I want to get your take on this, if you don't mind. I don't know if you know this, but when, horses are big money, right? I don't know if you know, you
Like
can
racing
pay,
horses?
you can pay an adjuster who can come in and adjust your horse's back. Now I want to get your take on this because you're an athlete. It's a 1,200-pound horse, and I saw it, and the chiropractor comes in and they push hard on the back of the horse and get it aligned.
Black magic.
Take it away,
How,
sir.
how much did that cost?
That'll cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
My God.
What would you say on that? I mean,
I mean, if it was a big racehorse, I'd by any means necessary. I don't think it's doing shit.
Thank you.
But if it was like one of those big, like
my wife
remember
got
the big
so
brown
mad at me
horse?
for questioning it. My wife was
Really?
like, you know everything.
No,
I'm
it's
like,
snake oil.
I'm sorry. It's snake
I know
oil.
it's snake oil.
I'm sorry.
I've had a lot of people tell me about chiropractors. Legit people like, it's really not, like if it feels good for you, do it. Because then the
Sure.
placebo effect's great. As far as does it really do much for your body alignment? No.
Look, I went to many chiropractors, and then I was with Lauren Landau and a guy named Leo Flowers, both who really study sports physiology.
I mean,
They
yeah.
work with
I won't
athletes.
put Leo on, yeah.
No, you wouldn't put Leo on the same. Lauren's on a class by himself.
Yeah, Lauren's
But
the
I did
head
the
strength and
exercise-
conditioning coach for the Denver
Yeah, and I
Broncos.
did the exercise. I spent one day with Lauren. He brought me in Denver when Cody was there. My back was fucked. I spent one day with him where he showed me a couple of exercises where I'm going to show you. And I am telling you right now that I never had a lower back problem again.
I like when the chiropractors crack my neck. But then, like, I get immediate relief, and then right when I get in my car, I'm like, all right.
I'm nervous about it.
Some lady died from it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Obviously, that's the exception.
Yeah.
Have you seen a chiropractor, Chin?
I did.
You still do?
No, I did before.
I'm going to give you
after a
these
car
exercises.
accident.
I want you to tell
Do you
me.
see any of that? Do you do any of that stuff, Chin?
It was for a car accident, and I think they just wanted to make money, so they just put me on a
Retainer fee with
like
a chiropractor?
vibrating
Physical
sofa.
therapists, like who study, like those are the guys.
Yeah.
And
I
people
know
work
some
with
people
athletes.
swear by chiropractors. If that's your thing, you feel better, do it, man.
But there are
'Cause who are you to
chiropractors who
say?
understand how the body's aligned too, and they can give you exercises and align. Like there's a chiropractor said, "Is your ear aligned with your shoulder? I can solve a lot of your problems right now. Align your ear up with your shoulder. Let's start there. You don't have to go come get it adjusted. Let's start with your alignment." Yeah, made a big difference.
Here's some current events, Jen.
Yes, sir. The first one is Joe Jackson, who's Michael Jackson's dad, the Jackson family dad. He passed away at 89 years old.
Lived a long time.
My dad took a lot of heat when he was alive. Mm-hmm. Said he's pretty rough on those kids.
Yep, created a bunch
Made
of
some
superstars.
right?
Yep, that's the question.
What did he die from?
Pancreatic cancer.
I'll take it.
You can bury him next to his son, or
I don't know. Sounds weird.
Who knows?
maybe he had
what
a
went on?
stroke and 3 heart attacks.
Yeah,
89, good run though.
it's a very good run.
I'm at that coat or the hair in that picture. What else you got, Jen?
All right, well, you guys are already talking about Korea winning over Germany. And online, there's just so many different things going on with Mexicans and Koreans, and Mexicans thanking Koreans for winning.
Fuck yeah.
Like, it's huge. And here's some of like this. Here's
You were
some
saying that
celebrations.
Mexicans and Koreans are similar culturally in a lot of
Very,
ways.
very similar. Yeah. Super, super close to their families. Loyal, determined.
Tough, hardworking.
Yeah. Yep.
Was this just
I'll show you. This is a random Korean guy.
I love this shit. I love the World Cup.
Mexican fans saw some random Korean guy, and then they just grabbed him, lifted him up.
like you're the hero?
Yeah. See him on the shoulders? There's one.
If you're
There's a
German,
bunch
you're
here, too.
fucking furious right now.
I know.
This is an older Korean dude. Mexican fans just lifting him up. They're just random Koreans at these watching the.
They're all, you're welcome. You're welcome.
It's so cool to see.
If you come by my house, Jen, I'll have my son lift you up.
Korea,
Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
going
they
on
just didn't
everywhere.
lose. They got their ass whooped. Germany got their ass whooped by Korea, which is shocking.
That's what it is, man.
Someone put, I'm eating Korean barbecue tonight. Wow, thank you guys.
It's amazing.
Everyone, every Mexicano should go into Koreatown.
What's the best Korean restaurant in Koreatown for Korean barbecue?
I love Korean barbecue, so
Yeah, what's the best?
I have two. Oh, sorry, top 3.
Yeah.
I think Agashi Gopchang, which I'm sure you guys heard about
I'm very
before.
familiar with that. Left a Yelp.
Kangodong Baekjang, and Quarters.
Okay.
Quarters?
I'll remember.
Are they
I'll
all?
remember
Are
Quarters.
they all downtown?
They're all like pretty much in the same area. It's a place called Chapman Plaza, around there.
See, if I tried, I'd like to go to the best.
Yeah.
I was hoping you guys would actually go because you haven't even been there yet.
I've never been a Korean.
You will
having-
love it. It's so freaking healthy. It's just
Yeah.
meat and vegetables, and then fermented vegetables.
I'd like to try it. I don't like fermented
I
vegetables.
love Korean barbecue. I don't even
I've never been.
doing it this Friday. You're welcome.
Where at?
Both of you. I'm doing it with Tailpiece with Hunter Motz and Bryan Edward Hill, who's writing the new Batman series for Marvel, smart as fuck guy with his wife. And I don't know, but it's going to be a fun table, and we're going to eat Korean barbecue.
Chin, what do you? I'd like to go with Chin.
What?
I don't want to go with a bunch of white people.
Well, there's that place Waru on.
We should
on
actually
Lincoln.
go
On Lincoln.
Shit.
and
That's
film
true.
it. We should go and film it.
The one on Waru is not good.
Would-
The Waru on
I haven't been
Lincoln?
there, so I can't
We'll
say.
do it, and you put it on your Chin cam.
Yeah, I mean, I would just film. Like, 'cause it'll be your very first time doing it. It'd be cool to capture those
You know,
reactions.
Jay, I wonder when Jay's here next because he loves.
Yeah,
fucking
I went with him in Koreatown in New York. I think he said it was one of the most delicious things he
Is there
had.
good at Korean in Dallas? Why do I think that?
I've had great Korean barbecue.
There's a lot of Korean
New
places
York.
in Dallas, yeah, because there's a good chunk of Koreans there.
I'm going to Dallas.
I want to go to. I want to go to the ones in Koreatown.
Me too.
I think they're better, dude. They have
sure.
to be better.
I'm fucking sure.
Depends,
Yeah.
because you guys have a very
Although
Western-
Waru's really good. Like I've eaten there. It's
Yeah.
fucking good.
I need Chin's approval on that.
I gotta try it. I gotta try Waro.
I've eaten a lot of Korean barbecue with Koreans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in New York and in DC and stuff like that. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm black belt in Taekwondo. I studied with Chris. Some of my kicks are not a joke.
There we go.
Sorry. But anyway, yeah. So I'm pretty familiar with Korean food, guys.
guy
So
put
eat
up-
dakcho.
this guy
Okay? So
put-
eat dakcho.
I'm
all right?
eating
Eat
Korean
dak
food
the
today and
fuck
leaving a
up, Joe.
fat ass tip.
You hear what I just said? I said
What?
eat dakcho. You know what that means?
Close it. Oh, go ahead.
Does that mean shut the fuck up?
It means just close your mouth.
I speak Korean.
Yeah.
안녕하세요.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Koreans know why Mexicans are running after them and giving them hugs.
Oh, they know. Come on. They're freaking out right now, too. Korea beating Germany. How
but you guys aren't moving on.
I know, but still. That's the best way to go out if you're not going to make it. You help.
I agree.
You know.
I tell you, my friend's father.
It says Mexico soccer fans vowed to start listening to K-pop.
my friend's father's 6'5" and super sweet and like really like a really liberal guy, and gets really mad at the injustice in the world. It was Christmas time. And he goes, "We're going down. We're driving down to Skid Row, and we're going to hand out money."
Oh,
and so he gets
terrible.
out and he sees a guy and he goes, "Hey," he's huge and he's got long, "Hey," and the guy sees him and he goes, "Oh," starts running away. Hey, and he's got money. He's running after him. He's like, "Oh," and the guy fucking runs into a sign and then hits a garbage can and falls over and gets all fucked up. Starts to scream. And he was not well. He goes, "I'm trying to give you money." He goes, "Get away from me." He's like, they're like, "Dad, get back in the fucking car."
Man.
It didn't work.
That's funny.
Yeah. Have you guys been to Skid Row? I mean, drive through it?
No,
I have.
It is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's so
Well,
weird.
there's so many people who are mentally unstable.
Definitely. They remind me of
close
zombies.
to their chin?
Super close.
What are you doing?
They remind me of zombies. I'm not even kidding.
It's true.
They seem like they're in their own
It's
world.
the largest encampment of homeless people, I think, in the country, right?
It's fucking crazy.
It would make
One of the
sense.
biggest. Yeah. I mean, it's a city,
A few
right?
spots in LA.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jen?
All right. Well, here's one more for this one. This is another random Korean dude where people were taking pictures of him. Just Mexican fans taking pictures with him.
Koreans getting their dick sucked tonight.
Yeah,
That's what everyone's
Let's all
saying,
calm
too.
down, guys.
And he's right there in the middle.
I'm so excited.
Just sombrero on.
It's awesome, though.
It's cool to see that, right? That unity.
You're pretty
Yeah.
crunk about it. But
I'm
yeah.
super crunk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm whatever about it, but yeah.
Well, that's because you're,
We'll see if England wins.
you're a killjoy.
Keep going, Jen.
All right. So this
How's
is
England's team looking?
They're good. Play tomorrow. They should move on.
I'm sure you heard of this already. That the Anthony Joshua fight with Wilder seems to be off because he has to fight. The WA is making him fight Povetkin.
It's off, and I'm doing a sit-down interview with Wilder tomorrow. It's the first time he's
shoot.
talking about it. And then your boy, fucking Eddie Hearns, came after me on social media.
Oh,
Yep.
what did he?
Why?
What do you say?
Because when I say my sources are Showtime and fucking Deontay Wilder. So when I saw it was in that Joshua was taking another fight against Povetkin, I went, "Hey, here's what's going on." Wilder agreed to all the terms, and Joshua's team decided to go a different direction. That's the truth. Eddie Hearn got on there, started talking shit.
Who's Hearn? He's his.
Eddie Hearn is the promoter, one of the biggest promoters in the world. And he goes, "Not true, not all this stuff." And then I go, "Not from my sources. This is what I heard. You guys needed 50 mil. Deontay Wilder guaranteed 50 mil. You guys wanted UK. Deontay Wilder agreed to UK. And then you guys reneged on the deal and then sent back another deal that was just pure shit, which no one would ever agree to because they know
want it out.
Yeah. That's what's going on here.
Well, so what is the advantage in fighting Povetkin? Why wouldn't they fight Wilder? Are they afraid of Wilder?
We don't know. We don't know what's going on.
Who is Povetkin?
Povetkin, he's a heavyweight champion, so he's, he'll be another. It's a mandatory defense for Anthony Joshua.
Damn, I knew I smelled pussy. But damn, Anthony Joshua, I didn't know the odor was that strong, you coward-ass bitch. Had the world waiting for 3 months playing games just for this moment? You're not a true champion. You're just a weak-minded coward that's holding hard metal. Facts. Damn.
That's Deontay Wilder's.
Deontay Wilder came to my defense because Eddie Hearn's like, "Who's your source?" And then Deontay Wilder came fucking flying off the top.
Oh,
rope.
hell yeah.
Like, what? And then went nuts on him.
Nice.
And now me and Deontay are sitting down tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Good. It's
a shame,
so
man.
what do you think? Do you think it's actually
I think it's Eddie Hearn. I think it's Eddie Hearn's fault. Anthony Joshua's not afraid of Deontay Wilder. Wilder's not afraid of Anthony Joshua. Yeah. Eddie Hearn. Listen, there's 3 people you don't trust in this world: Santa Claus that work at the mall, guys that drive vans, and promoters. You never listen to them ever.
Yep.
You never talk to them.
Yep.
So when Eddie Hearn says something, of course he's going to make it seem like Deontay Wilder's bitching and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I bet Anthony Joshua has no idea what's going on. He's letting Eddie Hearn take care of this. He's hoping, he's like, all right, whatever he thinks best, man.
Yeah.
And they're telling him this is best because there's some motive in it for Eddie Hearn. He's launching some new thing. No, he sends over a contract that's not complete, that no one would ever sign for a reason. It's shifty stuff. You can't trust promoters. So when you guys defend promoters, when you defend Dana White, or you get how many times has he lied to you? Eddie Hearn's lying. There's Anthony Joshua, what he thinks. There's fucking Deontay Wilder, what he thinks. And there's some middle ground where they need to meet to make this fight happen. But Eddie Hearn always has different agendas. The promoters do. Dana White, you think he has the same agenda for what's best for you? No, the promoters. There's a reason why Bryan Stan, Tim Kennedy, Kenny Florian, Michael Bisping, great guys don't become promoters because you got to be a slimeball to do it. You have to have some sort of dark side to do it. Those guys, you don't think Bryan Stan would be the best thing that ever happened to the UFC if he took the reins of that? Or Tim Kennedy?
He was offered. Were they both offered positions?
No, people wanted them to,
right.
But they would never do it because they're not slime balls.
Yeah.
You have to have a dark. You have to have a darkness where you take advantage of people to become a promoter. There's a reason why you gravitate towards being a promoter. It's not because you're the most thoughtful, nicest, sincere, sharpest dude in the room. It's because you can't fight. And you get into it somehow. With Eddie Hearn, his father handed him the business. With Dana White, he had two rich friends. There's a lot of common kind of practices with all these promoters. They're all the same. Don King, think of Don King. Name a fighter who likes Don King. Talk to Mike Tyson about Don King. Think how many years went by and they just did a speaking engagement and Mike Tyson didn't know Don King was going to be there. And they announced Don King. He goes to touch Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson goes, "Don't fucking touch me."
I want to see
After
that.
all these years. Why do you think no one likes these guys?
Yeah.
Because they've all been fucked over.
Don King,
promoters never ever do what you think.
Guy.
Eddie Hearn's doing what's best for Anthony Joshua. No, he's doing what's best for Eddie Hearn's brand. Because Anthony Joshua only has one more fight with him. Any promoter you've ever heard, look at this.
Time for Detroit to be recognized.
Oh, I got him.
Mike Tyson's not playing there. He goes, "Don't touch me, motherfucker."
Wow. Let me see that again. I like seeing that.
Time.
He does say that. "Don't touch me, motherfucker."
Oh, I got him.
He looks pissed off.
He fucked him out of a lot of money, man. Of
course he did.
He cheated him on a lot of money.
Of course he did.
You know when the elephant turns on the trainer?
Yeah.
In circuses,
Yeah.
that's what's going on.
Yeah.
But when
That's Jermaine Taylor right there, right?
that's Antonio Tarver.
Okay, that's what I meant.
So, right now, Mike Tyson doesn't need him for anything. Anthony Joshua needs Eddie Hearn for something. So we don't hear Anthony Joshua. You hear Anthony Joshua speak, he's getting this all secondhand.
I've talked to Wayne McCall about how much money he's owed.
You talk to, but these guys, you're talking big money.
Yeah.
Like Wayne was a smaller guy. You're talking life-changing money.
but the same experience.
Yeah,
getting
it's
fucked over.
shady shit, man.
Like by $500,000, $1 million.
With these guys, talking tens of millions of dollars. Mike Tyson talking hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So of course, when he goes to touch, we say fuck off. And promoters are going to promote. That's what they are. They're going to do it. You need people.
Don
like
King
that.
is I don't think anybody would ever deny that he's through and through a bad fucking guy.
They're all like that. They're all the same. All of them are the exact same. Every English teacher you ever had, they're the exact same energy, right? All promoters, the exact fucking same. There's a reason why you're drawn to that profession. We need them, but know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
People love strippers. You don't marry them. Know what you're signing up for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll see what Deontay Wilder. I think he's more disappointed than anything because he wants to make the fight happen. He's like, I don't understand, man.
I don't
He's
either.
like, I don't understand.
This is one of those things where we're all dying to see it.
And the only problem is Eddie Hearn.
Well,
People go, you don't know the facts with Eddie. Eddie said whatever Eddie's telling you, it's going to paint him in the best light possible. He's great at his job. Great. Eddie Hearn's been great for boxing, but they're promoters. So whatever he says, it's whatever, man.
Yeah.
You can't take that as that's God's word. That's it. That's the truth. Because he's painting. And what I was telling, what's it say? Drama, Deontay Wilder, Brendan Shupp. So what I was telling you is, what Deontay Wilder can't do. This is what I was telling him. I go, what you can't do is let Eddie Hearn paint this narrative. You can't let that promoter make it look like you're the one that backed out.
That's right.
And I'm telling you guys, that is not. I work for Showtime. I know the details of this contract and on the fights. So it's not that Deontay Wilder was like, nope, not signing it. I need this and this. I promise you guys that's not what's going on here. It's not.
I believe you.
I just want the fight. Anthony Joshua is one of my favorite fighters. Deontay Wilder, I'm not biased. I just want the fight to happen. I don't give a fuck who's right or wrong.
Of course you want.
I just want the fight to happen.
So my feeling is that Eddie Hearn is not as confident that his superstar that he makes a lot of money off of Anthony Joshua can beat Deontay Wilder. So maybe he wants to stall for time. What is it? I mean,
no, he's launching some new thing.
Right? Who knows? Either way, it's
don't go to that stuff.
Either way, what you're saying is it's in Eddie Hearn's interest to do this.
It's always in his interest. Yeah. And Povetkin's not an easy fight. And when people go, when has Deontay Wilder, he needs to merge the belts, or he needs to unify the belts. What the fuck's up with that? Well, to unify those belts, he has to fight Anthony Joshua. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right. And he's waiting.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm assuming the interview's going to be intense. There's really not time, though, because Povetkin's a tough fight for him. And then Wilder's going to fight Brazil. If any one of those guys lose, you're out, man. This is over. Then we got Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather all over again. You got Lennox Lewis, you got Riddick Bowe. That's what we're dealing with. It's a real shame, man. And why? Because you got greedy middlemen with no talent in the middle who want money.
That's right.
It's the same. It's the same story over and over. Riddick Bowe is not afraid of Lennox. Lennox isn't afraid of Riddick. Wilder's not afraid of Joshua.
Have you followed any of the, because when I was going to do Kevin and Bean, I did Kevin and Bean, and they were going to have Dana on the next day. And one of the things they were going to talk about was that the UFC's ratings, I believe, or profits or ratings are down 55%.
Correct.
Which is pretty much of a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going to ask him about it. Now, I don't know if, and I think that a lot of what we talk about, which is you have these up and coming stars and you throw them to the wolves so early.
That's not it.
That you don't create.
That's not it.
Stars.
I think that's only if you're bald deep in
what
the
is
sport. So did he go on Kevin? What's this have to do
I
with
don't
Kevin
know what
and
he
Bean?
said, but
so did he not go on Kevin and Bean?
He did go on Kevin and Bean. I don't know
did
what
they
he
ask
said.
him? I doubt it.
I think they did ask him because they
Bring
told
that,
me
news.
that they were going to ask him
until they get in front of him, or he looks at the question and goes, "That ain't happening."
Okay.
There's no way he's going to speedball that.
I'd be interested to see that.
Kevin Bean, Dana White.
Yeah, he said 55%.
Well, I mean, just put
no. You don't
Kevin
need that
Bean.
specific.
But I want to see what he says because. Just put Kevin and Bean. Yeah.
Was it recent?
20.
Yeah.
That's August.
This was literally, it should have been last Wednesday or something. It should have been a week ago.
Let me look at their iTunes.
Who is responsible for that? And no one, everyone, what?
It's their business plan. I think they have a lot of great fighters. As a matter of fact, they have more, they're more loaded with talent than they've ever been before, but they don't have without Ronda or Brock or, freaking Conor McGregor, you don't have those huge, pop culture streaming numbers or pay-per-view numbers. So, but as far as talent-wise, they're stacked, man. It's more of a product of an old business model, which is pay-per-view. You have all this free content these days, so whether you're paying for, whatever, DirecTV, Dish Network, Comcast, and then you're paying for streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, and then we're going to ask you with this pay-per-view model to fucking pay another $60 a month to watch fights. I think it's just people like, no, the World Cup's on, or the NBA Finals were on, or the NFL playoffs are on, or I can go see a live performance. I think there's too much free content out there to charge $60 to watch this now.
Right. Unless
you have a huge star. And that's their bad business model. I think it's an old school business model. I think, and also there's illegal streaming now.
Yeah.
Which you know very well about.
I know what you're talking about.
Every UFC, like, dude,
I don't know.
You have a link? I'm like, dude, come on.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
But the illegal streaming, I think, is changing the game too, because kids my age, kids younger go, pay-per-view? $60? Why would I? Well, also, like, why would I do that?
$95.
There's an illegal link right here. I'm just going to click on it. I watch my. They don't give a fuck about and also you got to remember, they know the UFC is fucking over the fighters.
The other thing,
so they're like, hold up, fighters aren't seeing a fucking dime of this. We're not hurting them,
Well, when I buy the pay-per-view on my iPad, I better be watching it I can't record it. I have to be watching it live. You can't record it for later on. So that's another problem.
Wow.
And it's still 65. It was actually $95 for me at one point.
What? No.
Can't remember. It was something crazy.
Never 95.
I don't think 95.
No, there were two different
the highest
prices.
they do, it's either $54.95 or $69.95, I think, for HD or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Or $59.95 for HD.
Yeah.
But either way, and they increased the price. So I just holy
There you go.
fuck.
Told you.
Hold up.
$91.
Pay-per-view HD plus 50% off 6-month UFC Fight Pass. Well, you're getting, that's a special deal. So originally it's $64.99.
Yeah.
But that's them just trying to give you, that's them trying to hang on to
$65.
Fight Pass because they have ESPN Plus coming out, which you got to pay even more money for. So I just think, especially with 18 to 24-year-old males,
$65 for a dude.
I just think 18 to 24-year-old males are like, wait, I'll just illegally stream this shit. If I am into it, most of them I'd imagine the numbers are down for a younger audience. There's just too much good content out there, man.
Yeah.
But it's a shame, you know. I want them to do well, and the big fights are still doing well. It's going to be interesting to see how UFC 226 does.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one to tell.
But like DC, Stipe, they've never been like huge draws unless they're facing, you know, a much bigger name. Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, they've never been big pay-per-view stars. Yeah. Francis Ngannou, not a big pay-per-view star. Black Peace. So when people think this can do over 800, I don't think so.
Well, I remember when they were talking about who's a movie star and who can open a movie. This is back in like 2000. And the list is so small when you actually when you look at numbers and you look at actors who are actual draws, not people that star in movies.
Oh, like Leonardo DiCaprio?
Very few. Like
Johnny
I couldn't
Depp.
believe how few. For example, back then, this is 2000, I think. And they were like, this is a big producer, a big time executive at Warner Brothers. And they were like, well, there's Morgan Freeman. He goes, hold it. He goes, Morgan Freeman's not a movie star. As in, Morgan Freeman's a movie star.
Theater.
Bring people to the theater.
Puts butts in seats.
We were like, and I was like, whoa, what? Don't say that. He goes,
no,
he's not.
I feel like that's.
And they gave me the list, and it was so small,
super small.
And I was
like, people are like, holy fuck, he's in it. I'm going.
Yeah. Like, and that's so. Even for acting, like if you look at the numbers, if you look at the people who are actual draws, you all want great actors in your movies, and there are people who like movies. Like you have fight fans that'll go see who know who Brian Ortega is, and like me, I can't wait for that fight. But if you look at the large numbers, there are very few draws.
Also, I hate to tell you, like especially if you've been balls deep in the UFC as long as I have, and we've been fans in here, you look at this card and was like, dude, it's stacked. It's like,
yeah,
it's all right. Yeah. Trust me, I've seen way better.
Yeah,
like it.
The two fights that I think are really intriguing are Stipe, Cormier. Holloway, Ortega.
Well, no shit.
That's it. Yeah. But I mean, everything else is...
No shit.
Well, no, I'm saying...
But the other ones, it's not like UFC 200, which that card sucked, or, you know, UFC 224.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not stacked.
Yeah. But who's saying this is a stacked card?
Most people think it's stacked. Like this...
There are two fights.
I did think so, too. But now you're talking about drawing power. It's true. I don't see...
That's what I'm saying. You're talking about draw power. Like Stipe, Francis, you know, Stipe's never been a big... And it has nothing to do with his skills. He's the greatest heavyweight champion of all time. But he's never been a huge... draw. DC, he's only a draw when he's fighting John Jones. His fight with Gus Finn was not great numbers wise. Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, you know, they're lighter, so it's never been huge draws. Then Francis Ngannou's newer, Derek Lewis, and then you know the rest of the guys. It's just not. It's not there. So I don't know, but also with the UFC, although they make their money off pay-per-view, you know, you look at the Fox preliminary cards. There's good fights if you're a hardcore fight fan. If you're not, it's not great. So they're not putting any huge names on there. Remember, their deal runs out the end of the year with Fox. So are they just like, fuck Fox? Because I guarantee if it's ESPN, they're loading that thing. That's their new partner.
Yeah.
So who knows, man? What's going on there?
Is Paulo Costa the really muscular guy?
Yeah. You're at Halls of Fun.
He's the dime.
Yeah, you're not gay.
You remember that?
Well, come on. Bring him up one more time.
Mike Perry fighting too. Yancy Medeiros. That's a phenomenal fight.
Yeah.
Rob Font, Asanso, it's an amazing fight. Ventana, he's an amazing fighter. Again, there's great fights.
Paulo. Are there any steroids involved or no?
How he passes, I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. It's a good fight, though.
I mean,
what else you got, Jen?
Well, we just landed on the next one. So, Rashad Evans already he retired.
Yeah.
Did you know that Johnny Hendricks retired today?
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Both of them retired.
Yeah.
it's good.
Tip of the hat to both those gentlemen. Two of the nicest guys in the sport. Great careers. Both Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Good for Johnny. It's tough to see, man, when those guys hang around like they did, and they keep hanging around. They give them these up-and-comer fucking lions that knock their heads off just to create, some sort of name for the young guy. Good for them. I'm done. I'm retiring. I'm getting out of the MMA world. I've been thinking about this long and hard for a while. I'm going to get back to my roots. I'm going to start coaching All Saints wrestling. Coached a little bit of high school last year, but I'm going to make the move over to All Saints, start doing those things. Good for him. One thing that's nice about being home the last 7 months, spend time with my kids, not worrying about what I need to do. I looked at my wife and said, do we really want to do this? I know I'm the one who has to do it, but we want to do it. Do you want to go through it? The grind I used to be gone for long periods of time, put my family second to those kids. Yeah, there we go. Good for him, man. I love Johnny Hendricks. What else you got, Jen?
All right, I got this here. All right, so this is actually where I live, pretty much in front of where I live. This homeless, crazy.
This is by Skid Row and this shit.
It's so true, though.
Flying kick takes
So
down
this looks super impressive. Some homeless guy had a 2x4 or whatever with a nail in it, and he actually hit someone in the face bad. So that guy got jacked. So this other Good Samaritan ran over and gave him a sidekick, and you can see it here.
Video shows a Good Samaritan come flying in with a kick to take down
Perfect
a
kick.
violent transient. Take another look.
So it's this guy here.
Is holding a piece of plywood with a metal nail in it. Turns out he had just used it in an unprovoked attack on an innocent man walking his dog. He tries to use it again on the bystander, but gets knocked down instead.
How did you know that guy was coming?
He would then be chased and taken down by several other Good Samaritans.
Oh, they whooped his ass.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like
They
killed
whooped his ass.
Did they
It looks like they took his life. Yeah. It looks like they slew him. Like he's dead. He got shot 17
It looks
times.
like it was a hit from the mob.
It does. It looks like
Look at his socks.
exactly right. He looks like he's been shot 25 times.
Holy fuck. That flying kick ensued, and then civilians beat him to death.
Excellent flying kick.
He landed perfectly.
It's very Bruce Lee-like.
I jump higher, but it doesn't matter. I'm not.
Dude, how about the guy's socks?
Yeah.
They beat the shit out of him. Now, is he handcuffed there, too?
Yeah.
Or?
That's when the cops got some, I think.
Wow.
But they did beat him
What
up.
a piece of shit.
I did something similar, but I won't tell the story. When you meet somebody who's there, I had the exact same thing. I came at two girls sitting on a wall with a 2x4, and I was talking about fighting, as usual, in a group on Mad TV. And it was our rap party, and I attacked the guy. And
What?
yes, he was.
I don't know what we're talking about.
I did the same. There was a homeless guy downtown. We were at a party. He was walking toward the two girls on the bench. The girl said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Shut up, bitch." And he was going to hit her with the 2x4. And I hit him as hard as I could in the back of the head.
Kick or punch? Or
No, I punched him as hard as I could.
damn.
I went running up, skipping, and I went do. That's what I did. I went do. Crack. And I was standing there, I think with Phil Lamar and a couple other people. And it was they'd never seen anything like that. And then the guy dropped the
2x4.
2x4, fell down, and I picked it up and I crashed it.
What?
Broke
Did he die
across
like
his
this?
back. And then he got up and screamed and ran away. Now, he was a crazy person.
Yeah.
But I did what I had to do. And then I went back and began to talk. I was a young, fiery young man, always thinking about those kinds of things. But I remember I was around a bunch of actors, and they'd never really they were so shocked, I think, that I had done something that violent and that quick.
How'd the girls react afterwards?
One of them was so hot, and I tried to. Sure didn't.
Wow.
But I did speak to her.
Fucking, come on,
I did speak
ladies.
to her, and she really didn't seem to mention much about the fact that I saved her from getting her head caved in by a fucking 2x4. That was 23 years ago, ladies and gentlemen.
What else you got, Jen?
I got
I think
this.
Phil was there.
Crazy ex-girlfriend broke into her ex-boyfriend's house and forced him to have sex with her with a machete to his face.
She looks crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
take your picture like
now,
that,
a machete is not something you want to fuck around with. If you got a machete, I'm going to probably do whatever you want. Or I'm going to try to take it from you. But
Holy
don't
fuck.
miss.
Someone's running.
It's not an earthquake.
How would you get hard?
Well, I mean, they did date, so
Yeah.
I don't know. For 7 years. It was a 7-year long.
Oh, after she finished, she sat naked on the bed, brandishing the weapon. At that point, the victim was able to take several photos, which he turned over to the police. Can we see any of those? Those would be hilarious photos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there no photos, Jin?
No.
Or maybe just take the machete away from her.
I would be like, thanks, man. Next time, same time tomorrow, maybe leave them.
While you're having sex with her and she's holding the machete,
like this.
just hold on to just grab her arm and just take it away from her.
I mean, I'm sure he could have got out many times. Or maybe he's a really small dude.
Yeah, and maybe he's turned on by it.
Man,
it's a sex game.
Still called the cops.
Maybe it's a sex game, and maybe it's we're in the middle of the sex game because now she's arrested. Then he has to go bail her out.
Yeah.
And save her.
Yeah.
And he gets her out of jail.
Now we're talking.
And now she's got to earn the money back that he posted for bail. So
That's a good plan. What else you got, Jen? Look
That
at her
poor face.
Look at her
She's all
crazy
contrite.
photo. She's all.
Some people are a little crazy.
I just have
That
one
sweater's
more.
crazy.
My friend married a woman.
That sweater's crazy.
My good friend married a woman who ran for president of the United States.
Not really.
Well, okay. A couple things you should know about her. One is she ran. We knew she at 18 ran for president of the United States out of a van. So that would go, and she was serious. So you'd go now. Don't.
She was like campaigning.
She was
for it?
hot. So you can have sex with her, but what's the rule? Don't marry her and have kids with her. He married her and had 2 kids with her. And then one time I knew something was really up because she came out to dinner with us and she was in her pajamas.
Oh,
she was
wow.
chewing gum and she ate her whole meal without spitting her gum out.
Wow.
And
It's kinda hot.
My wife, my girlfriend at the time, who became my wife, said, I don't know if you noticed this, but
she's crazy.
She didn't spit her gum out the whole time. And the other woman at the table noticed it. I didn't notice it because I was just looking at her tits, probably. Or I was just talking to my friend.
She was painfully
She
hot?
ate her whole meal. She was just curvy as all get out.
She gets my vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gets my vote.
I would do this. I'd go, you'd be all over that and you'd go 100%. Anybody. But the problem was that she ate her meal with her gum still in her mouth.
I don't know how you could do that.
Yeah. And and again, these should be signs to read. And,
Oh,
and
dude,
it didn't.
these
The
are
divorce
red
didn't.
flags.
The divorce didn't work out so well.
Ugh. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Is that it, Chin?
You want to see one more? You're good.
Is it a good one?
It's just the title's funny. So it's on Barstool, and I thought the title was super funny. So it says massive lesbian brawl breakout at San Francisco Pride as dozens of cowardly gay men look on in horror.
Hit play.
Gotta see this.
This is a bunch of lesbians thrown down.
Bunch of women going at it.
There's nothing
And then
worse.
the guys are just watching.
God, they grab hair, don't they?
B, are you jumping in there and stopping it?
No. I have no idea what their issues are.
It goes on and on. It gets crazy.
Oh, damn. Asses are out.
This is a serious fight.
Jesus.
Who says violence is just for men?
Look at that.
Dude, there's your boy, B. Adam Ribbon's ginormous ass being featured on the cover.
May I ask a question?
Click on that, B.
Is it
Chin.
possible?
This one?
Yes.
May I ask a question?
Brian's
Is it
boyfriend.
possible that some of those girls are guys?
No. Hey, look at this, though.
Wow.
That's your boy, Adam Ribbon.
Wow.
He's on the front page of
He's
ESPN.
got a fucking tailpiece.
I mean, he's a dancer, bro.
You out of your fucking... You'd bang him in a heartbeat, you fucking hypocrite.
Dude,
I'm talking to
you're
you.
so about him.
I'm talking to you. You are into
Dude,
him.
That was your boyfriend
No,
for a
but
while.
it
you
is my
said.
boyfriend, but you would take
You
it to
love
the next
that
step.
guy.
You would
I
do what I
can't.
call...
He's too-
You do what I call this. You do.
That-
you
that
do this.
makes me feel- that makes me feel
nope,
sick.
You take
No,
it
that
too
makes me feel
far.
sick.
You take it too
I'm
far.
all about a good gay joke. That makes me feel sick.
That's a
I don't
great
know why.
body, though.
No, he's a phenomenal body.
But I mean, look at his ass. Bro, you put a wig on that guy or don't put a wig on him and keep him in that
You can definitely tell it's a
position.
man ass. It's so much muscle.
But
from jumping
that's
around
an
on
ass,
ice.
dude.
Here's some hammies on him,
I'm a
too.
straight man, bro. You know this. You
Kind
know
of,
this.
Kind of.
Well, when I look at that, I'm just saying this. Of course, I'm straight. If I had to spend a lot of time with him on a desert island, and by a lot of time I mean a couple minutes, he's getting fucked. He's a beautiful man. I just think he's great. I like him. I just like Adam Ribbon. I'm a fan.
I'm surprised he hasn't done parlayed this in any TV gigs yet.
I love him. He's like this. Getting to Shooting Man's Body issue was amazing. But being on one of their covers is so awesome, unreal, and honestly, what the fuck? He's got a great sense of humor. That's a great shot. Good for him.
So funny.
The question is, was he wearing a sock on his 3-piece set?
I don't know.
I've done nude scenes, and you wear a little hammock, and there's a string right up your shitter.
I'm sure they do for that.
Yeah. And you got a little tiny rubber band around your waist.
Weird.
I did it when I've done it.
Not TV.
Yeah, on a movie called How I Met Sarah Marshall. I've done it in a couple things where I had to wrestle a larger black man. Did you see that movie?
On Sarah Marshall?
I did see Sarah Marshall.
No, the spin-off, the spoof.
Oh.
I had to wrestle a
No,
man.
so you weren't in for getting Sarah Marshall.
Sure wasn't, buddy. I did
Well, you
audition
said
for it.
Well, but I know, but you said for
But
getting
I
Sarah
auditioned
Marshall,
for it.
and now I go, wow, I've seen that. One of my
I
favorite
auditioned
movies.
for it.
Chingo's mine too. And you go,
No,
well,
there
not
was
that
There was a
one.
spoof.
What was it called?
The guy who knocked up Sarah Marshall and forgot to tell her about it. The super bad.
40-year-old,
The
yeah.
whole mixed
Yeah.
bullshit. But I had to wrestle a large
don't ever
black
say you're in
man.
Sarah Marshall again.
Yeah, I had to wrestle a large black man naked, basically. And then he put his ass in my face, and I went, hepatitis. Yeah, you'll
There
probably
it is.
find it. There it is. But there's a picture of me wrestling, and I also jerk off, and they shoot large amounts of silicone at the camera. It's such a ridiculous movie. I couldn't watch. I saw it. I was like,
It comes on every now and
it's
then.
the silliest movie of all time. But a lot of people have seen it.
Oh, looks good.
No, that's not it.
That was me on Mad TV.
None of
Done a
these
lot
are
of
it,
things.
Chin.
This is pre-psoriasis.
Psoriasis,
I'm a
gotcha.
good-looking guy in that. With my last special, my hair, my shirt, my
This one?
body.
Got a
Sometimes I
full-
look at myself
got a
and I
full
go,
head
I'm a
in here.
good-looking kid.
Not bad.
I was
brother.
good-looking, man.
Is that it, Chin?
That's it.
My kids are going to be like, Dad, you were good-looking back then. Then you see me
At
in The
what point do you
Hangover.
think you're going to shave your head?
Well,
when
when
you're
I
60,
start to
it'll
really
be
lose
gone,
my...
yeah.
Yeah.
You think you go
well,
bald?
I'm still taking Propecia, though. I
but-
got it from Hims.
I know, but do you think you go bald?
I don't know. I don't think
Are you
so.
gonna leave the bird
Eventually. Look, eventually the thing that everybody has to understand, and the bummer about age is that it's all going away.
Yeah.
Eventually you're going to die. And I'll look back at those pictures and go, I was good looking. Like,
Or
that's
just
a
get a
good
wig.
shot. That's when you and I went to, I
Men's
probably
Choice
dyed my
Awards.
beard.
That was the Men's Choice Awards.
Yeah. Look at there are women out there that like that guy's face.
That's a cool beard. It is.
Yeah.
All right, man. I gotta get out of here. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what the fuck happened to the show.
Hey, come see me.
Yeah, go see
Come
us.
see me in Tampa, July 6th and 7th. Then come see me at the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City, one night only, Thursday, July 12th. And then I got Syracuse, July 13th and 14th at the Funny Bone. Come see me. God damn it.
And I'm in Spokane, Washington, coming up. Spokane, Washington. I think it's, was it 12th, 13th, Jen?
Oh, look. Oops.
July.
It's coming. It's coming.
July. Spokane,
12th?
Washington, July 12th through the 14th. Austin just went on sale, Cap City.
Oof, I'm jealous.
That is August 2nd through the 4th.
hot there, but
And then
yeah.
we just added Dallas. Those will go on sale super soon. I'm in Dallas the following weekend. So Austin, then Dallas. Get you some Texas lovin'. TFATK.com. This is the Firing Kid. We're out.